Good morning, everyone. Oop, oop, oop. All right. Let's get us on Facebook and YouTube here so people can interact. I was watching it yesterday, and it looks like the video is doing okay. So, awesome there. We're making progress. Progress. All right, whether you are watching the live show or the rewatch, if you could say hi, let me know you're here. And of course, if you ever have a topic, please feel free to bring it up, and I will do what I can to get it on. So, voice is kind of scratchy today. Apologize for that. So I was going to read out of the daily reflections, and I still might. Excuse me. Then I came across. I was flipping through Facebook. You know, when it comes to Facebook, guys, because I'm on there unfortunately a lot, but it's because I have things that I need to do. Facebook can be very, very bad. So just be careful on it. My secret is if it elicits an emotion that I do not like, I unfollow. And that's what I do. And with it being with the presidential nomination coming up, it's not tough, is it? You know, and I think that goes a lot with what we're talking about today. What kind of arguments are worth it, you know, to you? You know, maybe you're into politics and that's your passion, and you know, but I never really want to be in a conversation where there's a ton of anger, and you know, it's that is just isn't very comfortable. So, but anyway, I saw this on somebody else's page and snagged it. So today, how important is it? October 20th. Today, I'll remember to ask myself, how important is it before I let myself get upset or angry about something? When I allow my feelings to run ahead of my senses and forget that I need to keep them in balance, I run the risk of producing the very circumstances that I fear in my life. Okay. It's about halfway through it. So I always like to talk about intentions when it comes to this. You know, what are our intentions when we're doing something, even in our argument? Are we trying to shove our opinion down their throat because we think that they're right? Even if you, let's say you are right, let's say you know 100% you are right, okay? What does it still matter to you? I mean, in the actual outcome of things, in the whole scheme of things, what does it really matter? And how much control are you going to let that have? And really, what are your intentions? What are you trying to get out of this? If it's just to prove yourself right, then I would probably get out immediately. You know, it also depends. Yeah. Is it really worth what it will cost me and those around me to enlarge on a problem that might arise? Okay. So the what ifs, you know. Now we're starting to create situations that just do not exist, right? Or, oh, when I talk to them, this is what I'm going to say, and this is how it's going to go. You and I both know that's not 99% of the time. That's not how it works. And not only that, but you're a different person, so you may find that some fights that you had, you go to do them, and you're just like, I just don't have it in me anymore. And that is because you have changed. Okay. There are so many things that I almost that I feel almost honor bound to get upset about, as if in not getting upset I am betraying myself. Yes, I like that line. Okay. I'm gonna use utilize my niece. My niece is autistic. And you guys kind of know that I do some impressions. Well, I had an impression of somebody with Down syndrome, and I did that in front of my niece. All right. And my sister had a talk with me. Okay. Not a mean talk. She wasn't mean to me at all. But I learned my lesson that day. Okay. And I was still drinking. Right. And it took me a little while to get rid of that because it was something that was automatic. Now, when I hear somebody say the word retard, I feel the need to jump all over them. Okay. Because of my mistake. I still feel guilty about that. Okay. I'll always feel bad about it. That's my niece. Right. And that's okay. She does stuff for me. I'm the fun uncle. So, but it taught me something. It taught me that you need to treat everybody with respect. Okay. And everything that comes out of my mouth, I'm responsible for it. Drinking or not, I'm responsible for it. So now when I hear that word, depending on the situation, is how I will approach it. A lot of times I tell that story. Okay. Why? Because then they're like, oh, well, you made the mistake too, and that's how you learned. Yes, I made the mistake, and then I learned from it, and that's what happened to me. Okay. Now I'm not picking on them, am I? Okay. But I'm still getting my point across. Today, I realize that nothing is worth giving up my serenity. That is the most important thing for me not to lose. I put serenity ahead of getting even. I like that. I put serenity ahead of getting even. The cheerful loser is the winner, George Herbert. I like George Herbert stuff. So the person I stole that from, thank you. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Trisha a little bit. I don't remember. But thank you for that. We're halfway through. So let's get to today's daily reflection too, and see how it kind of ties in. We can hit more than one topic here. I think we all understand the whole what you get in is what you're going to put out. If you go out into the world and you have a bad attitude, that's what you're going to get back. Right? Sometimes, you say, hey, good morning. Yeah, what's so good about it? Yeah. Have a good day, dude. What else am I going to do? Right? Obviously, this person's having a hard time, and I'm not going to push it. I guarantee I'm not going to say good morning to them again. It's just going to be morning. Because I don't want to stir it up. I don't want to be a part of it. Right? Because that's, in a situation like that, that would be me delving into negative behavior with somebody, and I can't do that. Solace for confusion. Obviously, the dilemma of the wanderer from faith is that of a profound confusion. He thinks himself lost to the comfort of any conviction at all. He cannot attain even the small degree the assurance of the believer, the agnostic, or the atheist. He is the bewildered one. Boo, nothing like the bewildered one. Oh, me. And I think the line, he thinks himself lost to the comfort of any conviction at all, is kind of what we were just talking about. How our serenity comes first, right? So that isn't in the 12 Steps and Traditions, page 28. Let's read it. I bet it's like 4 steppers. I'm a big book thumper, not a... Oh, it's going back, step 2. Well, hell yeah, Dion, we're talking about God. Everybody else was saying, no, Dion, that's step 2. Sometimes AA comes harder to those who have lost or rejected faith than those who have never found any faith at all. For they think they have tried faith and found it wanting. I grew up Mormon. I do not remember much about religion. I was never a very religious person. So when I got to AA, I was, I didn't have that fight. But we all have our different challenges, right? There are some people who get this on the first try. That wasn't me. So we all have our challenges. And then we find those people that went through those challenges also. They have tried the way of faith and the way of no faith. Since both ways have proved bitterly disappointed, they have concluded there is no place whatever for them to go. The roadblocks of indifference, fancied self-sufficiency, prejudice, and defiance often prove more solid, formidable for these people than in any erected by the unconvinced agnostic or even the militant atheist. Religion says the existence of God can be proved. The agnostic says it can't be proved. And the atheist claims proof of the non-existent God. Obviously, the dilemma of the wanderer from faith is that the profound confusion. The dilemma of the wanderer from faith is that of profound confusion. He thinks himself lost to comfort of any conviction at all. He cannot attain in even the small degree of assurance the believer, the agnostic, or the atheist. He is the bewildered one. Any number of AAs can say to the drifter, yes, we were drifted from our childhood faith also. The overconfidence of youth was too much for us. Of course, we were glad that good home and religious training had given us certain values. We were still sure that we ought to be fairly honest, tolerant, and just, and we ought to be ambitious and hardworking. We became convinced that such simple rules of fair play and decency would be enough. As material success founded upon no more than these ordinary attributes began to come to us, we felt we were winning at the game of life. This was exhilarating, and it made us happy. Why should we be bothered with the theological abstraction and religious duties, or with the state of our souls here or hereafter? The here and now was good enough. The will to win would carry us through, but then alcohol began to have its way with us. Finally, all of our scorecards read 0, and we saw that one more strike would put us out of the game forever. We had to look for our lost faith. It was in AA that we rediscovered it, and so can you. All right. So what that does is it gives hope to those people that may have felt like they lost it. I was one of the people that I didn't felt like I deserved it. That I had, just done so much bad that, I kind of been written off. And I was not correct. I was wrong. And it's one of those things that I am glad I was wrong. I'm so happy that I was wrong. I'm glad that most of my convictions and thought process when I got here were incorrect. Why? Because it meant that there was still the truth out there, and that gave me some hope. Knowing that I was wrong and these people were right gave me hope. The concept of God was one that I struggled with during the early years of sobriety. The images that came to me, conjured from the past, were heavy with fear, rejection, and condemnation. Then I heard my friend Ed's image of a higher power. As a boy, he had been allowed a litter of puppies, provided that he assumed responsibility for their care. Each morning, he would find the unknown byproducts of the puppy on the kitchen floor. Despite frustration, he said he couldn't get angry because that's the nature of puppies. Ed felt that God viewed our defects and shortcomings with a similar understanding and warmth. I've often found the solace of my personal confusion in Ed's calming concept of God. So are puppies. I probably wouldn't stick on that for too long, but it is a good way to understand a concept. See, the thing is, it doesn't matter how you make your beginning. Well, it does matter how you make your beginning. You can't have a person. But something bigger than you, like the groups, or there's a lot of different views out there. But if you really want to find out, then ask. Go to an AA meeting and ask. When they say, does anybody have a topic? Yeah, I have a topic. How'd you find God? I'm trying to figure it out. How did you guys find God? What'd you do? Okay. That's how we find out things. Okay, there are no stupid questions in the program, only stupid answers. Okay. All right, guys. I will be back tomorrow for a daily reflection. We do have a podcast coming out today. Could be a lot of fun. I'm not bringing up any names. I'm not doing anything. This person would like to remain anonymous, so that is what we're doing. So keep in mind that, yeah, we do that. Some people want to remain totally anonymous when they speak, so we provide that. All right, guys, have a great day. I love you all. Peace out and have a day.